Guys, thank you for 2K. We smashed it. We got another video for you guys. It's black on black crime.
Mm.
What have you got to say, Abs?
I don't know too much about black on black crime, in America. Obviously it's something terrible. It's not great to see. We should be together. We should be more nice to each other, especially amongst ourselves, black people. So it's not great. But obviously I don't know much about American culture and what goes behind the scenes and that. This is what this video is about. We had few people that asked us to check it out, so we're gonna dive in there and learn or understand what these guys coming from. Make sure to smash this like button, guys. Subscribe. Enough talking. Let's go.
Black crime. This is a statement I have been hearing my entire life, and I want to say this first and foremost. It is not real. Now, without context, it might seem like a true statement, but if black on black crime exists, so does white on white crime, or Asian on Asian crime, or even better, Mexican on Mexican crime. You see, Mexico has an extremely high murder rate, but we never hear Mexican on Mexican crime. Better yet, let's just use America. My mother used to binge watch true crime TV shows, and guess who most of the victim and murderer was? White people. Let's go to Japan. You'll never hear Asian on Asian crime, even though they're the ones committing murder or crime towards each other. See, crime has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. It is simply proximity based. And to keep it 100, society is pretty much segregated.
I
White
agree with
people
that.
live near white people, black people live near black people, Hispanics live near Hispanics, etc. And another factor that people really don't put into play is poverty. Black people live in some of the most high poverty areas, which breeds crime. Now let's bring up statistics because y'all love using these. We got 3 FBI crime stats from 2017, 2018, and 2019. So in 2017, white people accounted for 80% of other.
Mike, look at that, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's what I've been talking about when it comes to the media, bro. If you watch the media, bro, yeah, you consume a lot of
False narratives.
the mainstream media, bro. This is the problem.
2018, and 2019. So in 2017, white people accounted for 80% of other white murders. In 2018, it was 80.75%, and in 2019, it was 78.62%. Now here's the black stats. From 2017 to 2019, it was consistent at about 88%. And just by me comparing the two, yes, black murders are higher, but white on white crime is real too. And I can say this honestly as a young black man, we do need to do better. But the problem is always the cherry picking. It's so easy to throw one group of people under the bus and blame them for all of the problems. And this is where the false stats and racism comes into play.
Say there was 100 chimpanzees, and 13 of those chimpanzees were causing 60% of the issues in the chimp community. What should we do with those 13 chimpanzees?
Well, anytime an animal acts like that, we usually euthanize them. But I guess if you didn't want to euthanize them, I would say you should probably send them back to the jungle, because an animal like that can't be tamed and is wild shouldn't be living around other animals that have been domesticated. They should probably just be put back in the wild where they belong.
I debunk this every single video. 1350. Black people are 13% of the population but commit 50% of the crimes. It's false. They're getting their stats from the FBI 2019 crime in the United States. And if they actually did the proper research, you would see that it says total arrests. So yes, black people make up 50% of total arrests. But guess what? As you can see, black people make up 53% of people exonerated, bro. This is crazy. And if you don't know what exonerated means, it means the action of officially absolving someone from blame, aka not guilty. You want to know what we can talk about though? Drugs, overdosing. So right here we have total drug overdose deaths by race and ethnicity. And this is for 2019. 50,000 were white, 10,000 were black. In 2020, 62,000 were white, 15,000 were black. In 2021, 70,000 were white, 19,000 were black.
Wow.
2022, 67,000 were white, 20,000 were black. And in 2023, 63,000 were white and 21,000 were black. And let's bring up another statistic.
That's crazy, bro. This is crazy. The thing is though, I know some people, because we've had people in the comments saying, you guys are trying to create division. It's not about creating division, man. It's about looking at the reality of things, bro.
Also, it's about creating awareness as well. We're trying to bring positive things about the black community to the light. And touching some people. Maybe we get some British audience, but a mainly American audience. But yeah, we're just trying to spread positivity, so we're not trying to segregate anything.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Yeah.
were black. And let's bring up another statistic. 82% of American serial killers are white, 15% were black, and 2.5% were Hispanic. Now, the only reason people bring up black on black crime is to make it seem like black people are so violent. I'm about to say something very ignorant, but please don't take me out of context. Most of the black on black crime is warranted. These people are kind of at war with each other. Most of these deaths aren't innocent people. They in the streets and they know what comes with it.
Bro, you know what's so crazy? I wake up every single day, and before I leave the house and go anywhere in public, I load up my firearm for black people. Not saying that no other race won't do nothing or no shit like that, but ultimately, bro, I'm not worrying about a white nigga or a Mexican nigga when I go out in public. I'm worried about niggas, bro. Like, you might walk into a store and the nigga might look at you the wrong way, and now y'all niggas beefing just because this nigga looked at you the wrong type of way. Like, this shit is crazy as hell. Like, think about this shit, bro. Like, I can go somewhere and a white person will speak to you like, hey, how you doing? But you go anywhere and see a group of niggas, it like you automatically got to get on 10. Like, niggas damn near don't want to speak or none of this shit. Like, bro, this shit is crazy as fuck. What the fuck is wrong with us, bro? Like, this shit need to stop.
This is facts, man, and it's extremely sad. I will say this, though. Everything stems from slavery. I'm sorry, I gotta bring it up. The Willie Lynch letter. Google says that this is fake, man, but that because it applies to the modern day.
And Willie Lynch's How to Make a Slave, Willie Lynch clearly states, make the light hate the dark, make the old hate the young, turn the women against the men, break the families, control the minds, and you will never need chains again. This is Willie Lynch's method on how to keep a slave mentally.
That's the darkest thing I've ever heard in my life.
We don't need chains anymore. As long as we can control them mentally, as long as we can disfranchise them.
You know the thing, there's this saying, the worst thing ever is to know that you're not like it's to not realize that you're a prisoner, bro. You know, it's being in prison but not realize that you're a prisoner. Because if you don't if you don't realize that you're a prisoner, you can't even plan your escape. Right? So the first step in escaping prison is to understand that you're in prison in the first place. You know, so that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of people
that was a good saying, man.
Yeah. You know, I believe, you know, slavery is still going on technically, but like we can debate that on a different video.
As long as we can control them mentally, as long as we can disfranchise them, as long as we can turn them against one another, they will always be slaves.
Divide and conquer.
That was in 1712. It's over 300 years later, and we're still doing the same things to one another. When do we stop being slaves and break the Willie Lynch method?
Literally everything that brother just read off is a tactic that is used in today's society. Put the light against the dark. Colorism is so bad in the black community. Dark skins tearing down light skins tearing down dark skins. Then you got the old versus the young. The newer generations don't want to listen to the older generations, and the older generations don't see where the newer generations coming from. Then you got put the man and woman against each other. That's probably like the worst thing in the black community. A lot of women feel like they don't need a man, and then a lot of time the black man don't know how to treat the woman properly. It's so messed up, bro, and it's cycle.
What's your thoughts, Mike, on like feminism and, you know, and women not needing men and stuff like that?
I feel like it's a good question. I feel like women should never have to rely on a man.
Yeah.
I really hate when a woman only wants to rely on a man and doesn't want to make their own, because that means the guy can have full control over you, and he will degrade you as a human being as well. You don't want a man to degrade you because, let's say you're not doing something. Oh, I do everything. He will just throw everything you've done for him in your face. So it's like, but when you've got your own, no one can hold you to this. No one can, because you've made your own. You've made your own money. You made your own path for yourself. So never rely on a man as a woman, man. You're better than that. You're one.
But do you think that there's a fine line between like being independent, but also like, you know, also not being too independent, because it can lead to like a lot of single people.
Being too independent is that's a good point.
Because you know the amount of single
people, not trusting a man, and trying to live in a fairy tale life where trying to find the perfect man. Just find someone that you love, that you can grow with and become the perfect couple. You don't have to be perfect. The guy that you pick up first doesn't have to be perfect. But a lot of women want to find a perfect man. And that's
which is not realistic, by the way, you know. But I think that's down to social media. Social media has made certain women have ridiculous expectations, bro. Expectation that's not achievable. So, you know, in my opinion, I think women need to, both sides actually, not just women. Like we need to bring our guards down and just be, you know, be a bit more understanding of each other. You know, especially you know with the opposite sex, we need to understand each other, both men and women. You know, because it's not looking good, man. It's, you know, more and more people are becoming single now. More and more people are gonna die single, which is sad. You know, it's really sad.
They don't know how to treat the woman properly. It's so messed up, bro, and it's psychological warfare. We literally have invisible chains on us as black people, bro. We gotta get over this. Now, to touch back on black crime, I just understand where a lot of these brothers are coming from. Being in poverty makes you do some crazy things. And in my opinion, the projects in general is an experiment.
If you think the projects were built to give people a better life, you've been lied to. They pack thousands of people in one area with limited jobs, bad schools, and no resources. That creates poverty, and poverty creates crime. It's almost like they set that bitch up. They put people in a box and watch them fight to survive. While all this is going on, the outside world points at them and says, see, they're violent, they're criminals, but they don't look at the person who created these conditions in the first place. But here's the thing, the system benefits from all this shit. It keeps everything in place, and if one generation doesn't escape, the next one is already set up to repeat the same story. I feel like they call that bitch the projects because it's a human experiment to see how families survive in poverty.
I'm telling you, bro, if you could just sit down and actually critical think
Can
for a
you
minute,
pause
bro.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
You know what's so beautiful about what he said is young people mindset to figure out what that is like and what poverty is and what it causes. That's amazing. He's a young, black, intelligent human being who's been well educated. That's figuring out what life's about, how you can make it out, but figuring out where you are and why it's like this. So big up to that kid for coming out and saying that.
Yeah.
And actually critical think for a minute, bruh. It adds up and it makes sense. What you gotta understand is the government and these higher powers are never trying to do anything to actually help us. That's why I'm so against Christianity. That was the thing they gave us, and I can guarantee you they never had our best interest. And once you go down this rabbit hole, man,
I don't
you
agree
just
with that,
start
but
putting things together, connect.
He said he's against Christianity.
That's crazy. Look at you.
I mean, you know what? Yeah,
Right,
at the moment I'm not religious, you know, Mike. I am not.
Bro.
Yeah. Because you know, I read this passage in the book of Exodus, but like it's terrible. So basically, like, the Bible encourages slavery, you know. But like, I do understand why people are obviously Christians and stuff. But like, you know, certain stuff in the Bible just, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. But like, you know.
Oh man, and you just start putting things together, connecting dots. Things start clicking.
One time, 2 weeks ago, I was like stoned, and I woke up at 2 in the morning, still stoned, and I heard that dog barking, and the way it barking, it just sounded exactly the same pitch every time, like, and I got really creeped out because I started to feel like, what if the dog barking is a government experiment and it's really just someone playing a dog barking over a loudspeaker?
I don't know about
as a
that
form
one.
of like terrorizing low-income neighborhoods so that we can't have peace. Like, this is literally how I was thinking. And I swear, I bet you that is real.
Bro, this blew my mind because it's like, it makes sense. This is like a staple in the hood, hearing dogs barking, especially at night. Sound.
What do you think, Mike? I think that's just pure speculation, though, right? There's no evidence for that, you know.
The barking was consistent, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I've in my neighborhood, I've heard dogs barking, so I don't know how reliable that is, but yeah.
She's overthinking.
Huh?
She's overthinking.
Probably. You know, but at the same time, you know, when you've been through what they've been through, you know, you're gonna be paranoid. You're gonna be suspicious of everything, innit? So
because when I read the comment section, they always say, Michael, Abs, you won't understand what we've been through, and we don't.
Yeah.
So we are trying to learn American history and what you guys have been through, and feel your pain and express your pain. And that's why we love your comments. We love the comment section because you guys honestly tell us your lives and what you guys have been through. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
barking, especially at night. Sound and loud noise in particular does have an effect on your mood. It's literally documented that the CIA did plant drugs into black neighborhoods. So theories like this may in fact be true. Hopefully I broke down everything for y'all. I tried my best to break everything down in a fast-paced, digestible manner, man. I really want all my people to be equipped on these type of debates. And don't just go off what I tell you. When you're done with this video, look into these things. Tell me if I missed something and, you know, critique me as well. But I'm about to head up out of here, man. I want y'all to do me a favor. Check out my last video. I didn't do as well, man. It was something different. I was just talking about Tupac, and I want to do other historical black figures, man. So yeah.
Mike, yep. What's your thoughts on the video, bro?
He's a very intelligent young black male.
Yeah.
Brought up a lot of great points.
Yeah.
You can agree to disagree, but it was very educational. So I thank him for this video, and you guys check out his page.
Yeah,
he probably
sure.
has a lot more great videos.
Yep. His page is Antonio Speaks. You know, if you want to check him out, yeah, make sure to check him out. But yeah, you know, it was a very insightful video, man. You know, it's different from what we normally do. Yeah, very insightful, very controversial. Yeah, let us know in the comments, man, what you think of the video. You know, whether good or bad. I'm sure some of you guys are gonna disagree with some of the points. It's okay, you know. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.